is on the beat.
Welcome to the Bronx or Nada.
Yeah.
It's all three of us today. All right, no Mario. Mario's taking a little time off and a little vacation, getting his little beauty sleep or rest or whatever.
Okay. I don't know what I'm doing with my hands, but I'm doing it. Okay.
That's what Mario was doing the last hour of the stream.
Hey, yo.
Hey, yo.
Fighting phantoms.
We got 100 in here. What's up, chat? How's everybody feeling? Mr. Francis, start with you. How you feeling? And then we go on to the
Hello, Kentucky. What's up, Kev? I'm chilling, bro. Chilling, man. Happy to be here.
Nice. Thank you for coming out. And then we got Mr. Pete's Managerial. How you doing? Pete's hype, bro. Like I thought the Yankees won today or some shit.
I am giving salutes to my guys because I love these fucking guys. All right, I'm going in already. Francis, I'm not even drinking, by the way. Francis already.
Francis got the biggest whiskey sour in the Bronx. I got a little Modelito right now for now, and Pete got a bunch of water.
I'm drinking water.
He's getting ready for this weekend.
Cleaning the kidneys out.
Oh, brother. We got a good weekend for you guys. Listen, we got Bronx Bomber 86 in the house. What's up, my guy Scott Wright? Sweet baby Jesus.
Yeah.
Albertis Quiroz. I know Pete would never, ever mention that.
What the hell you just said?
That's a Dominican name.
That's a Dominican name. Raj in the chat. What's up, Medina? Que lo que? Tina's in the chat as well. And another Jose Medina and Edwin. What's up, my guy? Listen, fellas, little day off. I think the Yankees needed it. I think we could be honest.
I needed it, by the way.
I think we all needed it after watching what the fuck happened, bro. We fell flat on our face. That's why it's never good to assume. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, we can start off with that right away, but I don't think that, it sucks because that game was horrible and we got the worst end of it. Every time our guy was on the mound is when it started pouring. Yeah. But, yeah, man, another guy diced us up. So how do you guys feel about this Anaheim tobacco? I keep calling them Anaheim. I don't care. They're a joke.
It don't matter. I'll start off.
It's like calling Cleveland the Indians.
Anyway, game two was a mess. Game 2 was probably, I don't know if it was because it was a doubleheader and I was tired of calling game 1, then going right into game 2, and it was terrible. I think they scored 6 runs in the second or the third inning. The Angels, and the game was over. You saw that game, and it might have been the most boring game I watched all year. And then the third game of the series, Nestor comes out there. First pitch of the game is a home run to right field, and it's more nonsense. It's pouring. The guy's out there in the pouring rain. He's trying to hide his hands to keep him dry, and it was an absolute mess. It was a mess of a game. It was a mess of a situation. And like you just said before, you can't assume, because we'd all sat there and we said, well, that's a series win. We know that. And the Yankees lose it. And Baltimore's they're both doing each other favors here, because when they lose. Yep. It's like somebody said it on All Rise this morning on one of the voicemails. He was like, when they just want each other, hey, who wants to take the lead? Go ahead and take it. Like, one of you guys are more than welcome to take the lead, and nobody wants to. So
it's right in front of them.
It's been a mess. It's right in front of them.
Francis, how about you, man? I know you got a lot.
Yeah, no, thankfully we got most of that out on All Rise this morning, man.
Nice.
It was rough. It was rough watching those games. I really felt bad for Pete having to sit through the last 2 games of that series, because it was not good. But like the point I tried to make this morning, for those of you who weren't there, I'll reiterate it here. It wasn't just the pitching. I think the last 2 games, aside from some garbage time runs in game 3, offense really didn't show up either. No. So it's easy to kind of turn the starters into punching bags, but let's also focus on the fact that the lineup just couldn't find ways to get it done against pitching that, I'm not going to say that the Angels pitching was bad in this series. They are characteristically bad. They pitched decently in this series, but if you watch the games, you saw there were a lot of pitches to hit that we just didn't do much with.
Yep. 100%. And listen, it's really frustrating, because the Yankees should be a game and a half or 2 games at least ahead in the division, and they seem to, every time they get right there, they seem to take the same step back again. It's tough to see the offense that normally puts up 8, 9 runs like nothing, just go out there and barely put up one. It was a scary day just because, listen, watching Soto and Judge dive in that rain, man, it wasn't fun.
No, it
Honestly,
wasn't. It
it
wasn't. That shit
it,
scared the hell out of me.
it did. And then Soto makes one good play there, and then he couldn't make that. Couldn't come up with it with the bases loaded, and of course Twitter ran with that. But I mean, I posted a picture of another Orioles outfielder looking funny. So I mean, I think it was a bad day for the outfielders for the AL East.
Yeah, it
But yeah,
was
man.
it was like they were playing in the pool. I remember when Oswaldo hit the home run in the ninth. Literally, second base on both sides had puddles. I'm like, this is ridiculous. Like,
It
if the
is.
Yankees didn't
Yeah.
mount any type of comeback or had men on base, I would be sitting there going, all right, I'm a little concerned of what could happen if one of these guys step on the bag too hard and
Mhm.
they slip. Something could happen there. But it was a messy series, man. The Yankees pitching right now is kind of in a whirlwind. You don't know what the hell you're gonna get.
Nope.
The offense, I still, funny thing is, I still believe in this offense a bit. You know what? We're definitely going to get into some conversation about Jasson Dominguez, but I still believe a little bit in this offense. I am just very, very concerned about this team's pitching moving forward.
Yeah.
Yeah, and listen, we can tackle that. I know Nestor, and shout out to DJ Steels with the first super chat of the
Yo.
night.
Mario.
Crackle Nuts' fave holiday is Friday the 13th, but Fry spelled
He's
as in
going-
fry.
He has been
F-R-Y.
going in on Crackle Nuts.
Leave
like
mid-card
the last
alone,
3 or
right?
4 days.
Tell that to Crackle Nuts in person at the event, all right?
That's
Uh-oh.
right. Exactly.
Steel cage match. But listen, Nestor, as of recently, obviously he always gets a lot of the blame, but also Stroman, man, and this is Stroman and not only Stroman, it seems to be both of those guys have not been. I think their ERA is like 6 since the last 7 starts. It's really bad.
It's horrible.
So it's not only Nestor. Now you have that issue as well with Stroman. And to my case, everybody else, get this guy off my team. To put who in? You saw they put in Will Warren and he gave up 6. So it's
Will Warren, forget about him. Francis got a nickname. I got one. Boring Will Warren. Thanks to the chat. We called him Boring Will Warren. Francis calls him, what is it? Will Warning Track Warren?
Will Warning Track Warren.
Will Warning Track Warren.
If
Look,
they make contact, you know
Kev,
where it's going.
Kev, you know this, especially me and you. We love the Yankee prospects. We want to learn about these guys.
Yeah.
We like to learn about these guys. We like to even have conversations with them directly. There's not much I saw from Will Warren that really inspires confidence in me. Maybe that's just me. Me and Johnny were talking about this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not overly impressed. And again, I almost feel like the Yankees bamboozled us. It's like they almost did it again where they're like, no, this guy's way better. Trust me, don't worry about it. If you see him, forget about it. I seen him. And I think I could, if I seen him for the last time, I'm okay with it.
The thing is that if you're a starting pitcher, and I'll let Francis to this extent, if you're a starting pitcher, you need to put away pitch. He seems to find himself in 2 strike counts, and he can't put guys away. And you're not going to be a successful pitcher that way. And that's what I mean when you have all 3 of these guys struggling. I mean, all those 2 guys struggling right now. At what point do you say, I mean, buy the Nestor or buy the Stroman? You don't have anybody else right now. You got to wait for Clark Schmidt. So all we could do is hope that one of these guys picks it up.
Yeah, no doubt. And I mean, Francis, I'll obviously throw it over to you too, but I just wanted to throw one more thing in there.
Mm-hmm.
These are both the guys that came at the fans a little bit via Twitter. And at the end of the day, I mean, it hasn't looked too good, but, you know, we're kind of just pinpointing on those 2, but I think it was, since June 1st, nobody in the Yankee rotation has been really good. The only guys here recently who've been better is Louis Hill and, of course, Carlos Rodon. But other than that, they've been an absolute mess, including Garrett Cole.
Yeah.
No. What I called them this morning, Nestor, the Twitter twins.
The Twitter twins.
That's what I'm calling them now. Twitter fingers. Both of them got Twitter fingers, so I'm calling them the Twitter twins. Ever since they decided to pick up the phones and put the glove down, both of them haven't looked good on the mound. But with Will Warren, Kev brought up a good point that he does find a way to get into 2 strike counts, which is, you know, paramount in the majors because these are the best hitters in the world and you want to have the upper hand. He finds himself in counts that normally are pitcher friendly, but like Kev, you know, called out, he just doesn't seem to have a put away pitch. What I've noticed in the first 2 starts is that it looks like I don't know if it's the Yankees or if it's Blake or whoever it is. It seems like they want the slider to be his put away pitch.
Yeah.
He doesn't believe in it. because when he throws that slider with 2 strikes, there is no conviction behind it, and it normally ends up 15 feet off of the plate. Pete said it this week.
Exactly.
He said he's like, every time he throws a slider, it's 15 feet off the plate.
Yeah.
I didn't get to say it this morning, but the reason that happened, he has no conviction behind that pitch. I don't think he believes in it, and this could be another case where the Yankees are trying to, get a young pitcher into, kind of fitting a mold. If not, it's not uncharacteristic of the Yankees. They've done this before in the past, but with older pitchers, I don't get too mad about it. With the younger pitchers, though, I do kind of want them to let themselves be coached. And if that's what the team is seeing, then my man, you got to throw that pitch with a little more conviction. At least try, because 9 times out of 10, he's throwing that with 2 strikes, and it's not even tempting to whoever's out his box.
Yeah, and when you're one of your best pitches, I believe this is forcing fastball just because it has a lot of movement on it.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't go out there and if you're not throwing 98, 99 like Luis Castillo, you're not gonna get away with a 70% usage of your fastball. So I mean, it's just tough. The Yankees are on a tough spot now. That Goodman came up with that June 1st. I felt like it was a little disingenuous because we're already past that.
True.
And if you look at Cole, Rodon, and Luis Hill, they've looked a lot better as of their last 7 starts. Of course, Cole's back both starts with the both ones against the Mets. After that, if you look at it, Cole's been all right. It's been pretty solid, honestly. Luis Hill, we thought it was a fatigue. No, it was more of a mechanical issue. He looks great. Rodon, we were praying for him to mix his pitches, and he is, and Rodon looks a lot better. So the Yankees really, really need to just ask for one of these 2 guys to go on a nice 2 or 3 start stretch, either Stroman or Nestor Cortez before Clark Schmidt. Do we have any word on Clark Schmidt? I mean, I'm not.
Last thing I heard is that he struck out a couple of guys in a live bullpen, so it looks like he's closer than we probably expected. So I would expect you see him potentially the end of this month, at least throwing in games.
Okay.
By the end of this month, and on a rehab assignment at least. But I mean, he factors in big because, that's one thing we touched on a little this morning too, is that if you could get to the postseason, that you got Cole, Rodon, and him at least, and Louis Hill, of course, however you want to mix that up, that's 4 pretty damn solid starters that a lot of other teams, to be fair, don't really have. I mean, nobody really stands out, especially in the American League. There's nobody that really stands out that you look at and go, that's pretty formidable. I mean, who is it? Who's the other team out there that stands out much more than what those 4 guys would be?
And this is why I think, Pete, that the Yankees need to literally, I get we're towards the end of the season, but you need to win the games that you have in front of you, right in front of us, like Boone likes to say, because I think the Yankees would benefit tremendously, especially with the way this rotation looks from the first 2, 3, like the bye, being the winning the division and having that bye week. I think and Baltimore feels the same way, man. They just lost Grayson Rodriguez. You know what I'm saying? So they're in a tough spot as well. I think they both would, benefit from having. I think now that obviously the Yankees have a better rotation right now because we got 3 guys we could go to. We just have an issue with the 4th. And forget about the 5th starter. We're not going to use that in come to ALCS. We'll figure it out with 4 guys. So
Let me ask a question on the rotation right now. I'd like to get both of your guys' take on this. If Clark comes back, who's left off the roster? Is it Stroman? Is it Nestor? Are both of them left off? I mean, I do believe Nestor would go to the pen if that's the case.
Yeah.
That's the most logical move for a lefty. So is Stroman actually left off, the guy who a couple of years back said the Yankees got no guys that could pitch in October? Imagine he's left off.
I'll let Francis answer first.
Yeah, I mean, Stroman's my guy. You guys know it, but I mean, I don't see you going to the playoffs. I don't see a spot for him if Clark Schmidt comes back and he's healthy and he's pitching. I would say even 70% as well as he was before the injury. You're talking about Cole, Heel, Rodon, Schmidt. There's just, I don't
solid. That's solid.
I don't see you putting Stroman over any of those 4 guys. No. Now, if it does come into play that the Yankees were lying to us when they said that there was no limit on Luis Heel and stuff like that or whatever, and they're not willing to have him start postseason games, which I don't see how they do that. But just say that the world exists where they decide we're not doing like Luis Heel as a starter in October just yet, then maybe Stroman sneaks in, via that way. But otherwise, I don't see him. I don't see him, getting in there unless.
Wow.
Who knows? Yeah, I don't know. It had to be something crazy. Really, had to be
That would
something
be
crazy.
wild.
Yeah.
That would be wild.
It's going to be very interesting because I think that right now the choice, obvious choice, is Nestor to the pen. Just because like I said in our chat, as bad as he's been, and I know people want him off the team, but you don't. As what I said, right now we don't have anybody else. One, number two, Nestor against lefties, they're hitting 220 against them. In 100 at bats, they only have 2 home runs. Hill, which is Tim Hill, he has a 327 batting average against lefties. So who do you want in the playoffs against a lefty? Right now, it's Nestor Cortez.
I
So,
like
I mean,
Nestor at the pen.
Yeah.
I've been actually talking about this
yeah.
a lot. I don't know why people
He's good
would
against
see
lefties,
this,
man.
and I don't know why anybody would see it and brush this off. I mean, you're not talking about a guy that throws 88, 90. Nestor Cortez at the pen will be hitting 94, 95. He did it the other night. He was hitting 95. Obviously, his last game was pouring rain, so he probably wasn't trying to overthrow. But he can hit 95 out the pen. And let's be real here. No moment is going to be big enough that Nestor's going to shit his pants. He's not that type of guy. Nestor's okay with whatever it is. He's going to go out there and do it. So
100%.
I think that's a legit advantage. And I'll be honest with you. I think maybe that's why the Yankees were fairly comfortable with saying we can trade Ferguson that time and have one lefty for now, because as we get closer, our assumption would be that we can go ahead and put him there and put him in the bullpen. I think that makes sense.
Yeah, 100%. We got Ra with the super chat. My guy, Ra. I know you want.
Mario.
Yankees need to understand that when you refuse to trade Will Warren for a pitcher that's currently better than him and he's called up and he doesn't perform, the fans are going to have a problem. I mean, facts against facts. I mean, 100%. This is why we're always talking about pick one. What are you going to do? The Yankees, man, listen, shout out to Johnny, who was always putting broken heart emojis to Jack Flaherty. I mean, it would have been nice to have it would have been nice to have that guy right now, man.
That was a miss, Kev. It was a miss. Let's call it like it is. It was a miss.
Yeah.
It was a miss. The Yankees desperately could have used another starting pitcher, and this is the reason why during the 24-hour stream, I was so upset because one of the beat writers wrote about it today that, or it might have been just an analyst who put something out and they kind of picked up on it, was basically saying that the Yankees really had an opportunity to separate themselves a little bit and not making that move or because I think we all could agree here. Mark Leiter's looked pretty good. To me, is Mark Leiter a guy that should be closing games or late inning relieving? I still don't see it. I still don't see it. But if the Yankees were to get Mark Leiter, and Yel De Los Santos has some things I like. If they were to do that, get Jazz Chisholm, and then they go out there and the last guy they added was Jack Flaherty. You're sitting back going, they did more than anybody. It's not even close. But he would have added so much because you could have almost looked back at that and go, well, I'm okay with Louis Hill coming out the pen if we need him in September, if we need him in October.
Yeah.
If that is the plan. Then you're sitting there looking at it very, very differently. You know, it's to me that could be something that comes back and bites us in the ass. And let me say this. It reminds me of a few years back.
Potatoes.
When the Yankees, when the Yankees got, Sonny Gray. And
Oh,
they passed
Sonny
up on
Gray.
Verlander.
Oh, wow.
And they went Gray instead of Verlander, which I was completely wrong about. I thought Sonny Gray should have been the guy. They went with Verlander. The Astros won the World Series. The Yankees win that year if they get Verlander. They would have won that year. And, maybe this could look like the same thing. If the Dodgers win it, you might look back and go, what would have the difference been? Would the Yankees have won if they got him? You never know.
Francis, go ahead.
Sorry,
you good?
walked in.
Oh, okay.
Just
What
walked
you
in.
doing over there?
She got. Let me tell you guys right now. There's people in the chat. I don't know who it is, but they report to her. Anyway, ignore it. So,
Your muscles?
somebody said something about my shirt, man. They said I was out here trying to whatever. I don't know. Listen, man.
Yeah.
Listen,
Showing the guns.
I don't have no gun. I'm 33 years old.
Francis
I'm
Jira
old and
said it. She said
washed.
Francis showing the world the muscles.
They snitching.
I'm about to rip this. I'll rip this shit off right
Don't
now,
do it,
damn it.
Pete.
I'll
Jira's
do
in the
it.
chat.
I'll rip it right off, baby.
You were
Kev, you with me?
talking
Nah, not me, bro. Yeah, y'all don't want to see Fat Francis.
Listen. You remember? I don't know
I'll
why.
let y'all rock.
Because Pete went like this. Hey, you remember when Izzy Adesanya like tried to rip his shirt off and it wouldn't rip? Oh shit!
Ahí llegó la otra.
Can you
Ay Dios, ay
hold
Dios.
on, can you please get in the camera? I want to show you. Head so
Chancleta.
bad. Look at this. Look at this. Look how Dominican this shit is. Look at this.
What the?
Look at the fucking Rolo.
Does she got? Is she sitting in the laptop
Yes,
with the heat
yes,
on? Oh
yes.
my god.
It's about as Dominican as it gets over here.
Listen, man, that's how you know a Dominican is taking a trip. Just see what's
Ay,
going
Dios
on the night
mío.
before. They got the Rolos up. And you already
Yo,
know.
Pete, let me ask you this: when you're driving, does she wear the tubi on all the way until she gets to the airport?
Yes, yeah.
And so, oh my
On
god,
that,
bro.
yeah, she'll have the
Kato
doobie.
wears it through
that tubi.
Look, Kato wears
I
it
call
through
it
the
doobie
airport.
head.
She wears it through the airport.
Yeah, my wife wears it all the way till we land.
Literally till we land. Exactly. If we're
Unbelievable.
flying early enough, the airport's not that crowded. She don't care. I'm the one.
You want to know
You're not
something
gonna-
even crazier? You know who helped her do the Rolos?
You did, bro. This guy. This
Yo,
guy.
Plátano Pete in full effect. This
Yeah.
is Dominican, bro.
You saw Bachata Pete the other day with the shirt on.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, Gio posted it for the anniversary.
Francis, I might rock that in New York. I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, tomorrow night.
Ay,
Bring
ay,
it.
ay,
I'm
ay.
just saying.
I'm just gonna let you know when that salsa plays, they're gonna be pulling you, bro. Yo, we got Grandes Nalgas with the super chat.
Hey,
Again?
Oh shit, Grandes Nalgas says Francis needs to show more. I'm just gonna leave it at that.
oh.
Who is Grandes Nalgas, bro? This
Hey,
is the one.
yo.
This is the one that said last week on Designated Spitters. I was in the chat, Grandes Nalgas. I saw what you said. I don't remember what it was now because I'm drinking, but I saw what you said. Anyway,
Anywho,
Pete, you were talking about the Sonny Gray stuff, right?
Don't bring up Yorkie. Oh no. Anyway, yeah, Sonny Gray.
Oh God, not Yorkie. Yo, poor Yorkie, man. Four in the morning just got the Timberland right to the face. Like I don't even know who this person was, bro.
Jeez, I got no idea.
But yeah, bro, I did hear what you were saying, and I definitely agree that the Jack Flaherty stuff it's early, but it is starting to feel like that's going to be one of those moves that kind of haunts us. Especially, look, it's early now. Like I said, we don't know what's going to happen, but if we are blessed and fortunate enough to see our New York Yankees make it to the World Series, and they just so happen to be facing the Dodgers on the other side,
oh my god.
it's not going to be fun. It's not going to be fun if Jack Flaherty comes to Yankee Stadium and shuts the lineup out. Like,
Oh, please,
Again,
no, don't say that.
no. And I don't want to, I hate to be that guy, but I know I'm talking to two people who remember baseball pretty much the same way that I do. And you know that you know who these Yankees are. This is the team that would do that to us. Like, it's just
100%.
that's their karma.
100%.
That's who they
100%.
are. Like,
Yeah.
we would
100%.
face the Dodgers in the World Series. It would be like game 3 or 4 or something. It would be like game 3 in the Bronx, and we'd be happy coming back to the Bronx, like, oh shit, World Series. And he comes in and just quiets the bats for like six and
Yep.
2 or some shit. And we just like, we could have traded for this fucking dude. And yeah, man. So I agree with you. It feels like it could definitely, look like a miss.
And sometimes it's a win-win because one, you're taking it away from a team in contention, and two, you're adding value to your rotation. So sometimes I don't understand the mindset. I know at first the reports were about his back, but then somebody said that it wasn't. There's a lot
Cashman
of
shut it down. Cashman said no, it wasn't. Cashman said flat out after they asked him about it, he said we had no problem with his medicals. If we matched up, we would have made that deal. He said it. And then the rumor came out that, of course, right away, they want a Roderick Aaron. I don't believe it. I don't believe they didn't get that much from the Dodgers. I don't believe that all of a sudden they want to double from us. I don't believe that shit. I'm sorry. I don't fall for it.
People kept and you guys. I know you guys are gonna hate me for even bringing it up, but I have to because
Don't
it's what
say Yandy Diaz.
It's what it's what people were using. It's what people were using. I haven't even spoken that name since the thing. I can't even bring myself to do it. I can't. I was gonna bring up the MLB trade. What's the MLB trade? What's the name of the thing? The MLB trade values.
the value.
People are using that website to find a similar value in the package that the Dodgers sent to the Tigers. The issue is, right, and we've spoken about this, on every show pretty much here at NYU, you cannot use that website like it's the Bible. You can't. Like, if it's true, if you go on the website and you put in the prospects that the Dodgers send back, and then you go to the Yankees and you try to get the same value, it's true. It looks like a Roderick Arias or a George Lombard. But that's not, that website is not the Bible. Those numbers on that website aren't as accurate. They do update over time, but when you're talking prospects, you have to remember, like prospect rankings, they get put out in the beginning of the year, and very few publications update them throughout the year. So a lot of times where a guy is ranked stays the same from the beginning of the season. Doesn't matter how he's killed shit throughout the year.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't like, actualize. That website doesn't, they try to do it, but again, it's not the Bible. You can't just go by the numbers that are on that website. There's a little bit of fugaziness to it, and I don't know why people swear by that site still. But that's where they're getting it from.
Yeah, and you can't. One thing I like to look at is Baseball America rated Agustin Ramirez the #1 prospect traded, and Roderick Arias was ahead of that. So nobody that the Dodgers gave was better than even Agustin. So or could have been. I mean, it wasn't, because it wasn't on that list by Baseball America, who's the best judge of prospects out there. Yeah. So for them asking Roderick Arias, I gotta go with Pete. I don't believe it. But we got some super chats from my guy DJ Stilio. Que lo que? We have Fefita La Grande is jealous of Jira. ¿Cómo así? Ay, Mario. Mario. We also got one by Jay Boogie. If 45 gets right, then the rotation isn't a problem. Closer and the manager are the team's biggest problems and will keep us from 28. Great show, boys. I mean, we don't gotta harp on Booney, but I got a little soundbite for you guys from Booney.
Oh no.
You guys heard this, right?
We know we got to be better. Okay.
Bro. Nah, really.
Yeah. Tell me when you heard that a few times, because this is the original, right?
We got to play better. Okay. We have it right in front of us. We're a really good team that have played shitty of late. We need to be better. I'm not going to define stretch this or that. We got to go win.
Play that shit again.
Tell me that you play that and you play this.
We know we got to be better. Okay. We know we got to be better. Okay.
Oh shit, that is hilarious.
Come on, bro. What's going on with Booney and them K's, bro? He's running out of stuff, bro.
God.
This is why you come to the U, baby.
We have a circus in the Bronx. The only thing we're missing is the freaking trampoline and the elephants. I tell you, it's ridiculous, man. But it's true. It's true what he said, though. Like we've been speaking about the rotation. You guys know this. Yep. One guy gets it going. A lot of times it is contagious. Like one big star.
Oh, we got to be better.
Like one big star.
My bad.
I thought she was gonna play it again. One big start saves the bullpen. Now the next guy gets to come in. He feels, empowered that he knows he's got the guys ready to go behind him. And then, next, they start rolling. So it's true. Garrett Cole could be the stopper. Rodon could be the stopper. Luis Hill could be the stopper. Who knows? Yeah. But it's true. It only takes like one big game, one big start.
And we still got more super chats from Ronnie. Get ready for this one. Oh shit.
Nah, this was funny. I saw this one already.
DJ Steels could only use Francis' jersey as a wristband.
El
Diablo, my guy's coming as Steels. All right, let's go. Wait, Steels got a comeback. Ronnie uses that mesh jersey to catch his meals. Hey, yo.
Wow, that's bad, bro. Wow.
They going crazy. They going crazy in the chat tonight, bro. I'm just glad that we did this.
This is what happens if I told you, anytime us three are together, this is the type of shit that pops off.
It's always gonna be like this. We got to do this more often. This shit is fun.
Do we need to come up with a show of us three?
I don't know. Who knows? You might have to.
You want to break the internet?
The three amigos. Listen, man. I mean, it's just again. It's so much when it comes to not only Boone, and a lot of people are starting to go the harp on that, right? But it's a lot. I heard a lot of shit about Bruce Bochy and what happened because his guys are not playing well. The difference between the two teams is, all right, let's not fake it here. Texas didn't make any improvements. We knew when Texas got hot last year, they needed bullpen help, right? And they needed help in the rotation because of DeGrom. So they didn't, and they lost Montgomery. So they didn't help their case. That's number one.
Too. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. So they didn't help their team at all. If anything, they gutted some of their guys. One. And number two, their guys are not out there jogging to first base. Their guys are not out there batting 150 and then swiping at a ball at their base, letting Lindor run all over the bases. That's what we're aggravated about. The fact that we're not winning, they're not playing well, and then there's lackadaisical plays. And that falls on management. As much as you want to hate on it or talk about it, I'm sorry, brother. That's what it is.
Yeah.
So,
and at the end of the day, too, I mean, anybody want to talk shit about Bruce Bochy, I'll just go ahead and just point him to last year. He won a chip. I mean, he won a chip. So if you want all they're struggling this year, he won a chip in his first year back. The guy is arguably one of the greatest managers of all time. Yeah. I mean, he's been through his dynasty club. He's done that, and he went ahead and just won with another team. He took time off and said, "I'm back, and I win again." I mean, if he doesn't win this year, hey, shit happens. At the end of the day, we know the Yankees aren't going to win every year. Fact of the matter is, Aaron Boone has been a manager since 2018, and I can't really sit here and tell you anything has changed since then.
But Kev,
I don't think there's been any real difference in how the team is ran. I don't think there's been a big change, if any at all.
No. But the thing is, bro, is like they want to point at Bochy this year because they were just waiting to have something to point at, because they knew that people like us who have been calling for more traditional managers with more feel for the game, who manage with that feel, were super excited when a manager like that was the one who won last year. So they were just waiting for the moment this season to try to, oh, well, look at your guy. He's not doing whatever. The truth of the matter is, it's what Kev said. Yes, they went and won the World Series and immediately followed that up by saying, all we have is excuses. We're not bringing this guy back. We're not going to pay him, even though nobody paid him. So it's like, you can't say, oh, the market was whatever. No, the market was whatever. Nobody paid him. Yep. Nobody paid him. You didn't double back before spring training and say, hey, like, we could offer you this or that. Like, no, yep. Jordan Montgomery said it, all throughout when spring training and the season started and the comments came out. He said, nobody really spoke to him. That was it. So they didn't double back with him. They let Chapman walk. I'm not saying it like, Chapman was this crazy reliever for them or whatever. But if you saw Chapman the other day, he's hitting 105 again. Yeah. You can't tell me that he wouldn't have been helping them at bullpen over there at Texas. They had
that at bat against Machado was wild.
Dude, the shit that Machado was a 105-mile-an-hour dot. That's Chapman.
Paint.
That's Chapman from like before we got him.
Yeah.
I don't even know if he threw some shit like that ever in pinstripes. Like, I don't know. He's found the fountain of youth or something. Who the hell knows? But it is what it is. It's interesting
I think it's the grandma massage.
Damn. Damn. Francis. I mean,
that's why I said it.
If anybody here would know about it, I mean, you'd be the guy. We got the right guy here.
I would tell you something right now. Listen, everybody talked a lot of shit when that video came out. All I wanted to know was like, what's up? Like, can I meet her? Like, I'm just trying to. Chapman, you was in New York all this time. I ain't never see her at none of the games. How you do that? Like, you was here, I was here. I never met her, and now you getting massages over there. It's crazy. But yeah, I like that shit with Bochy, bro.
I switch course real quick on something? Because I have to. We have to talk about this today. We have to.
So, can I just shout out? Wait, bro. Can I just shout out Zach Brownish that says this is Bronx or nothing. I like this because we all three of us lived in the Bronx. I mean, I wasn't born and raised, but I lived 4 or 5 years in the Bronx. So I get it.
Yeah, baby.
It's this BX shit, baby.
This is some BX shit right here. I tell you what, you got to have a good time. Looking at this real quick. This was just posted not that long ago for the New York Post. All right.
Yeah.
Juan Soto deal could complicate Yankees' ability. Listen to this. To retain Clay Holmes. Can I know? I almost want to click on this and find out who wrote this because somebody had like a quota they had to meet. Because this is batshit crazy. As you can see, my response, give him a bus ticket to wherever the hell he wants to go. I mean, can you imagine that this is something that was actually written by somebody?
I just saw Reacher, and $1,000 for a year gets you a bus ticket anywhere you want for the entire year. So that'll be a nice parting gift for him.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you right now.
Mark Sanchez wrote this. The guy's name is Mark W. Sanchez.
The butt fumble wrote this.
Yep.
The butt fumble wrote this.
Yep.
That makes a hell of a lot of sense.
That's who wrote it.
Listen, it's as crazy as it sounds. It's been kind of a slow news week. The trade deadline has come and gone. There's not really, rumors and shit like that you can talk about. So now it's really just about win-loss shit. They're grasping at straws. Who spook is thinking about Clay Holmes when it comes to signing Juan Soto?
This is crazy. It's insane. It's nuts.
Do you think that? I mean, listen. Now that I said it out loud, I'm sure there's somebody in the room at Yankee Stadium when they have their off-season meeting who's going to say his name when they start talking about Soto and say, well, how far are we going to go for Soto? You got to remember, Clay's a free agent too. Like, somebody say that shit. Somebody's going to say that shit.
I mean, Yankees normally don't pay relievers, so we can relax on that.
That's true.
True, they
So
don't. Yeah.
the last guy they paid was Chap, but I mean, again, Chap was coming off of what he was throwing. So I mean, there's not a lot of guys in the league that throw 105. And as much as I don't know, guys. I'm gonna ask you guys this, man. Listen, the way Clay Holmes, the stretches that he goes through, I don't think Chapman ever got to. But is it me or still Clay Holmes gives you more of a uneasiness when he's pitching? Like I know what come October, especially this year, if he's closing the game, we're gonna be shitting our pants. And we got that feeling with Chapman, but I feel like Clay Holmes gives you that more.
Let me tell you this. I think the thing is with Clay Holmes that scares me the most is I don't feel like, and this is gonna sound nuts, but there's a lot that I see from home. If it's a 1-run game, I'm honestly shitting my pants.
Yeah.
If it's a 1-run game, I am honestly shitting my pants. But here's the scariest part. I'm still nervous if it's a 3-run lead.
Oh, God.
That's the thing I am with Clay Holmes. It's just like, because Clay Holmes is the strangest guy in the world, right? He'll come in the first 2 pitches like, oh, he's on. Clay's nasty. Then all of a sudden, what happens? Oh, my God, the soft contact, the weak ground ball, he gets an infield single. And then Holmes is like, oh, I forgot how to pitch now. I don't know what the hell to do.
Yep.
I don't know how do I get out of this? What do I do? And forget it. From there, it's just a downward spiral. And look, I'll say it again. We've been saying this since before there was a pitch thrown this year. Very good reliever. Very good reliever. To me, still not a closer. Concerns the shit out of me. Can he be a closer on clubs? Yes. Should he be the closer on this team? In my opinion, no. No. I don't know who the guy is, but he absolutely terrifies me. And look, we're going to be in the postseason, and he's going to get save opportunities probably. Probably going to get a chance.
Yeah.
If he blows it, let me tell you something, man. I hope it's the time that the postseason comes and he gets on one of those great stretches, because if not, this team doesn't stand a shot. They don't stand a chance.
No, and listen, like you're saying, Pete, he's gonna end up being the closer for the Yankees because if nobody else steps up or looks very good towards the end of the season, that's gonna be that. And listen, at the end of the day, there's gonna be games where, remember when the Yankees lost that game to the Guardians, when Clark Schmidt went back out there and SpongeBob walked us off, we were all asking for Clay, and Clay was like, I was ready to pitch. And what did Boone say?
Yep.
So
no, he wasn't. And they had the whole back and forth.
So I'm sorry for those who say that managers don't matter. That's your perfect example. The right decision there was to put Clay Holmes, and he didn't put him in because he was resting him in October.
Yep.
What kind of, if you're like Sevi said, if you're here in this roster, you should be ready to pitch. And Clay Holmes said he was ready to pitch. So what was the discourse? Do not tell me that the numbers went with Clark Schmidt in that situation. I'm sorry, I don't believe you. So that's a perfect example of what a manager can fuck up in the postseason, and the Yankees could have lost that series. First of all, they extended that series so Cole couldn't start game 1 in the ALCS. That fucked you over there. That's number 1. But Bruce Bochy, for example, leaving Spores in instead of bringing Chapman against Yordan Alvarez. Look how that panned out. That's the opposite right there. A guy who went with the feel for the game, and that worked out. But this guy didn't go, because honestly, Yordan Alvarez, there's no splits where Yordan Alvarez.
No.
He hits lefty. It's like Soto. You hit lefties as well as you hit righties. So it doesn't really matter at that point, right? But for this guy to leave Clark Schmidt in, a rookie who just got off a bases loaded jam, it was a great moment for Clark. And then you put him back out there again, and you don't bring Clay in, bro. I was so pissed, bro.
Yeah. That was just one of those moments, like you said, where a manager with feel is going to make the right call. Aaron Boone normally makes the call with a laptop or an iPad, and we get what we get. But, I mean, here's the thing with Clay Holmes. If Clay Holmes was my 8th inning guy, I'd probably be a huge fan of his, because I think his stuff and his mental translates for like the 8th inning. I think he'd be a crazy 8th inning guy. And if this free agency, is kind to him, I think his best place is on some team where he is not the closer, but he is the guy right before, the 8th inning guy, the setup man right there. And I think he's going to see his career, take another step, and he's going to excel. Even if the Yankees do bring him back, which whatever at this point.
Oh boy.
I think they still need to be in the market for a closer this winter. I don't know how you can continue just seeing this guy go out there. And I get it, Judge and everybody's saying, oh, he's the guy that we want out there. I mean, you have to kind of say that, right? Whatever, he's the guy that you have.
Yeah.
I mean, right now, can't give you a name of another guy in the bullpen who I say, oh, he should be closing over Clay Holmes. Unfortunately, I can't. There was a guy in the minors who I would have liked to seen what he had because of what he was doing down there. We ended up trading him. So now I just don't know. But this winter, I don't see how you can go this winter and not make closer one of your top priorities. I don't care how they do it. I'm not talking free agency. I mean, like, it's going to have to be a trade to me. I don't know who's going to be, you know, on the market in terms of relievers and stuff like that. But I'm not talking about paying a guy. I'm talking about looking at other teams' bullpens around the league and trying to pick your closer out of there. Because I don't think Clay Holmes is that guy.
Yeah, and I think that's it. And look, the one thing you can give Brian Cashman a little bit of credit for is that he has been able, you know, his team has been able to find some guys out there that could potentially pitch late in games.
Yeah.
But I think one of the trends that maybe we saw a little bit of at the deadline was if you are going to trade prospects, get cost control guys. You know, Jazz is a cost control guy. He's 26 years old, so he fits right into the mold of the future with Jasson Dominguez. Of course, Juan Soto, Anthony Volpe, Austin Wells. It fits into that new mix of what the Yankees are trying to do. But I do think there's, in the offseason, you're 100% correct. That's got to be a target for the Yankees. They got to look at closer. You can't simply say, if we even did bring back Clay Holmes, that he's the guy. And look, I think we all know, right? If they pay him, he's probably going to be the guy. So I truly believe paying him is not the option. I think he's one of those guys you let him go, and you have all that time to figure out what your bullpen is going to be going forward.
Yeah, and Angelo Dos Santos, and so is Mark Leiter. Those guys are controllable too. And
Yeah,
what's really odd about the Yankees is normally we would have that one kid that came out of our farm system that surprised us. Marinaccio was that for a year. Then after that, you got Michael King, and then we ended up using him as a starting pitcher. But tell me if the Michael King that we saw in 2023 was in 2022, tell me you wouldn't put that guy as your closer. That guy was unhittable, bro. Like he would just come in, and his demeanor and everything about Michael King coming out of the pen was something else, bro. It was fun. So was Marinaccio when he was good. So I don't get that feeling from Clay Holmes, and I'm surprised that the Yankees really didn't try Neely up here, really didn't try any of those guys that nobody has any stats on or any pit. Like, you have 2 months to show this guy. If this guy would have been really good, that like we saw Willis Hill, it takes time for the league to catch up to you. You might have had a diamond in the rough there where you could have had a guy that nobody's seen in the league, have him in your bullpen there. And the Yankees didn't do that. They went ahead and go on with the clearance rack. So it's going to be very interesting. They somehow always manage to make the bullpen work. I'll give them that. But I mean, it's just something that you don't want to start thinking about, especially with the rotation the way it is right now.
And Efros, by the way, he looks horrible. I mean, he is getting lit up like a Christmas tree in AAA. So I don't even know if he's an option right now. Because let's be real here. I haven't seen much video, but from some of the stuff in the reports I've heard, they're just like he doesn't look sharp at all. Like he looks very flat.
If you look at the footage, it is not encouraging. And I got to tell you,
maybe because of side armor.
I can't. I don't know.
I've been hearing he's very, very flat. Everything is just, there's not a lot of movement.
Taylor Swift.
Okay. Taylor Swift. Yes, correct.
I can't pinpoint it because, you know, it's AAA and you guys know, like, they don't have the same angles and stuff like that. So, you know, you pretty much get the one angle and that's it. So I can't really tell you what it is. But it doesn't look good. And I think to Kev's point, he was saying, you know, the Yankees normally are able to put together the bullpens and stuff like that. This is the first year in a very long time where I'm like worried about the bullpen in August. Like, damn, like I really don't like this bullpen. Like normally that's Brian Cashman's forte. Like, he always finds a way to piece something together where I'm like, oh, you know what? Maybe the rotation's not all that. Lineup, I'm not in love. But, you know, I do like this bullpen. The bullpen's pretty. This is the first year where it's like, the bullpen doesn't do it for me. It doesn't move me. Like, I look at what we have. You know, I see the potential, sure. And yeah, when you look at the guys that, you know, they say, oh, this guy's coming back off, you know, the rehab and injury and stuff like that. Okay, cool. But it's like, we don't know what the hell they're going to be. And it's like I said, we're already in August. It gets late really early at this point in the season. Like, you're talking now, we're in a position where in the next 2 or 3 weeks, whoever we're seeing out there, like, chances are those are going to be the guys in October. And it's like,
that's right.
I'm looking at it right now and I'm just like, shit, bro. Like, it's not really pleasing if you're looking at it. And it's not, if you're an opposing team, I don't know how that scares you.
Yep. Agreed.
Yeah, man. We got a super chat from Jay Boogie.
Mario.
If Clark comes back strong, what are the thoughts on moving Hale to a closer for the playoffs? His stuff will play well as a closer. I mean, I will tell you this much: if it's a game 6 or game 7 in the World Series and Luis Hill's not set up to pitch again, you're gonna see him coming out. But besides that, I don't know.
I don't dislike it. I mean, I don't know if it's immediately in a closer role, but in that Phil Hughes 09 type role where he just puts out fires, maybe could be set up.
Yeah.
If you need him in a big moment for a couple of strikeouts, he's your go-to guy. Say, hey, look, man, fastball slider, come out and just dominate. Throw that thing, hey, yo, throw that thing, slang that thing, and then go with it. Hey,
Throw that-
yo.
throw that-
Hey,
throw
yo.
that thing, throw that ass in the circle.
Maron over
Listen,
here. But yeah, I don't dislike that because Francis, we were talking about it this morning, right?
Yeah.
If Ohtani comes back, you might see Ohtani closing games for the Dodgers. You might see Ohtani in a game 5, a game 6, a game 7. You never know. Oski! We got Oski in the chat. My guy Oski.
Oh snap!
Yeah.
They did it. They did it in the WBC. Japan did with Ohtani. They brought him in to face the bulk of the U.S. lineup, and he looked pretty good. The thing here with Heel, though, I gotta say, if they're not, it's true. If they're not going to have him in the rotation, he's not going to be starting. Then yeah, why not? His stuff definitely plays as a closer. But I just feel like, damn, like with the rotation that we currently have, that feels like such a miss not having him starting games in October.
What if you get a strong Clark back though, and he looks really good?
If Clark comes back and Clark looks really good, so then we're saying it's Cole, Rodon, Clark, and then what? Stroh?
Clark.
Stroh has been worse than Nestor.
Yeah, it's tough.
But I feel like, so here's the thing. As of late, Stroh's been worse than Nestor.
But Nestor's better in the bullpen. So,
but exactly, I think if you're the Yankees, trust Nestor more in the pen than you do Stroh.
Yeah, Stroh can't come out no bullpen. Hell, fucking no way in hell.
I think
no
you
way in
trust
hell.
Nestor in the pen, so you put Nestor in the pen and you make Stroh your game 4 guy. Also, with as bad as Stroman's been recently, if you look at the full picture, he has pitched pretty decent in bigger games this season. Like you have the opening day here in the Bronx. There's that. There was another start against Toronto. There was a start against Boston. Well, there was one start against Boston that was horrible, but there was another one that was pretty good. There was a start against Houston. He's matched up pretty well in some big starts. I think I'm just saying the way that the Yankees seem to look at things, I think they'd look at it and say, no, like we brought this guy here because he's poised. He should be able to handle it. If that happens, okay. I think Stroman ends up being your 4th guy, and it's going to be hit or miss with Stroman, to be honest with you. It's going to be hit or miss. It's going to be one of those games where it's like, if he's like through 4 2/3 and the Yankees are tied or with a lead, I think you cut your losses and get out of there quick. And if that's the case, yeah, then I don't mind seeing Luis Hill back there and just putting him out there and saying, hey, man, let's see what you can do. Somebody else brought up another point about stretching. This is going to sound a little wild, but
hey, yo,
they said you got to stretch the lighter out a little bit more.
Wow.
Luke Weaver's innings are getting up there.
They are.
If it continues this way, he's gonna blow past like 80 innings or some shit, and that's true for a reliever. That's pretty high. So I wasn't thinking about it as of recently, but yeah, what are they gonna do with Weaver at this point? Because they've been relying on him pretty heavily. And he's a guy that you want in October.
I like Cousins. I think Cousins is another guy they can put out there a few extra as well. He's only been 22 and he's pitched so far this year. So what I've seen from him, I don't know you guys, but that's a guy that nobody really talks about. Cousins is solid. He's not a guy that So I think you got Cousins and lighter. I do agree with you. I think Weaver needs to chill back a little bit because I definitely would love to see Weaver, Tonkin, and those guys ready in the bullpen come October. There's not really what's the word on Dirty Birdie? Is there anything? Is he Orion Hamilton?
He was throwing bullpens, Birdie, and I don't know if they said he had another setback or what it was, but I know he was throwing bullpens. He posted a video of him throwing at the complex. So I don't know where he is and how quick he is to return. And then Ian Hamilton, they said the same thing. Meredith Marakovits talked about it, that he was facing live hitting. So I have no idea what these guys are.
Both of those guys were on the list that I was talking about a little bit earlier. They put out a list. I forgot who it was about returners that the Yankees can expect, whether it's guys like F. Ross, guys like Birdie, guys like Ian Hamilton or Jasson Dominguez being called up. They have a long list. It's like of like 8 or 9 guys, some shit like that.
Greg Allen came back.
Reinforcements are on the way, some shit like that. But it's like, okay, it's true. But again, we don't know what any of these guys are going to look like when they get here, whatever. Like, look, I liked Birdie early on. I mean, we championed for him to make the team.
Yeah, we did. We did.
Everybody knows how we felt about Ian Hamilton. I mean, there was a time where I thought he might have taken the closer role away from Clay Holmes. Yeah. Obviously, that ship sailed, but I don't know. Like, what are they going to be when they come back? I haven't seen. I don't remember the last time I saw Ian Hamilton. Like, I can't remember. So what is? I
remember his last time he pitched. I got no idea.
I don't remember.
I'll tell you right now. Yeah, I mean, and that's what worries me a bit, because it's like we were told these guys are coming back, but everybody seems to have a freaking setback all of a sudden. Yep. So who is gonna if these are the guys that we really get? I don't think we can expect. Last time he pitched was June 16th against the Boston Red Sox. Gave up 2 earned runs. Yeah,
June 16th.
Yeah, and
2 months ago.
Correct. So I don't know any word with him either. It's just a bit frustrating because I know Neely has disgusting stuff, and it would have been nice to have that young guy that nobody knows who the fuck this guy is.
Yeah,
exactly. Come up here and just be and dicing people up, which a lot of teams end up having as well. I do like what Francis said earlier. A lot of people don't talk about that because you can't quantify it. The 9th inning, as no matter who is up, it has its own thing, and this is why. And the closer. Confidence is key so much, because I mean, and again, I'm not gonna sit here and kill Clay Holmes, because when he's on, the dude is nasty. But it's like sometimes you can see it slipping away from him just by hitting a guy, a wild pitch.
Yep.
And I'm sorry, when you're a guy that you don't really know where your pitch is going, it's tough for you to have that moment when you got to make a pitch, you got to do something. I do like that he's throwing his slider more. I've noticed that, and again, it seems to be like something that the Yankees are starting to do, where they're telling guys to mix their pitches more. Because another thing that's killing me with Mark Leiter, I get that he throws a splitter, but I don't understand how you just set your grip in front of everybody in the fucking world, wild. And then just sit there and throw splitter, and the guys will sit there and swing at it. Like,
yeah, it's crazy.
I don't know.
It's crazy.
Guys, that's going to be a big problem.
100%. Real quickly, we have over 200 in here. As Jira said in the member chat, smash that like button, chat. Hit that like button for us. Got over 200 people in here.
Smacky the likey, hitty the subby.
There it is.
And guys, before we wrap up, all right, we're starting to see Trevino get his ABs coming back. We're starting to see Rizzo live BP.
You remember
how upset would you guys be? Because I would be livid beyond reason if Rizzo and DJ LeMahieu somehow makes this playoff roster. Both of them.
If that's honestly, man, if that's the case, we could start the what do they call a post-mortem? We could do the post-mortem video right now if we want.
You can put the thank you fans post together.
Let me ask you guys this question. I think we can all ask this. Who's been the 3 best hitters on the Yankees for like the last month and a half?
The 2 same guys. The 2 same guys, Austin Wells.
Yeah. I mean, how can you sit there and even Jose Trevino himself, how can you sit there and understand that, all right, we're going to take out Austin Wells from this lineup and that we really want? How can you make that decision and say we want to win? I can't believe
the Yankees. How can you do that?
That's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. If you're the Yankees, how do you push that narrative and go, Trevino's back, he's our catcher, he's the one we're going with? I mean, that is basically you guys saying we didn't have intentions to win this year. Because you don't add enough value.
You don't add enough value to our roster to present like that.
I'm sorry, that's it. That's all there is to it. Austin Wells is not only proving that he's the guy that we thought he was, he's proven that he's one of the best catchers in the American League.
You saw the comparison
behind the plate.
You saw the comparison between him and Rushman's numbers?
Yeah, I mean, he got to be there.
They didn't even add him in the list of the top 10 catchers.
Of course not. You know how they do.
They don't even put him on a Rookie of the Year conversations. It's terrible.
Austin Wells is quickly becoming one of the most underrated. And I don't care. You guys can call me biased, whatever the fuck you want. I don't care. He's quickly becoming one of the most underrated players in all of baseball. And it's fine. Don't rate him. I want him to catch the other teams by surprise.
Yeah, I mean, my biggest thing, and again, it's what I said when that one Orioles series we had in Camden, that one game where they kept beating out double plays because they're younger, they're younger, they're fast. You're going from a team that was one of the slowest teams in baseball by adding Rizzo and DJ and Trevino, because Trevino's one of the slowest guys in the league. You're adding those three guys in the lineup. Now you become the slowest team, and again, and the oldest team, and not in the playoffs, in the fucking major league. So I mean, again, I understand the veteran leadership and all this stuff, but maybe it's your time to I mean, you can pick either DJ or Rizzo, but you can't have both. You can't have your cake and eat it too.
Correct.
I'm sorry, you can't. It's not doable. One guy is going to give you better defense than the other. I mean, what have we seen from Rizzo for us to be like, all right, you can come back? No, like I'm sorry, you can't. So it's tough, man. It's really frustrating.
Just
Isn't it
really
so
quickly,
Yankees? Go ahead,
I just want to throw this out here about Austin Wells again. So his last 30 games, it's 96 plus at bats. The guy's hitting 302, 405 on base percentage, 542 slugging. His last 15, he's hitting 345, 420 on base percentage, 517 slugging. There is no world that we live on that would sit there and say this makes sense. You can't justify it. There is no justifying this. Can't do it. And the same thing that you said over there when it comes to Anthony Rizzo. Look, Rizzo's a veteran. I get it. But what has he proven to the Yankees? And I know people could go, well, what has Rice proven? At the end of the day, look, I think Rice is actually very, very close to going off. I've been saying that the last couple of game season lives. He's not chasing. He's not, expanding his zone much. What pitchers have gotten him on, and I've noticed this recently, they go off speed, but on the corners and high. And he seems to always hit a pop-up or a fly out to left field. Sometimes he waits, and he's been driving the ball better. I think he's kind of recognizing what they're doing. But they're going after him with off-speed, away, and heaters inside. And they just keep doing it. But it's high and away usually. And he's been struggling with it. But, I mean, when it comes to somebody with a higher ceiling, he has the ceiling. We know that. What is Rizzo's future here?
That's the point. The futures. That's the point. It's look at the future of the team, not just 2024, but when you make decisions like this, you have to think, how does this benefit my team beyond this season? Does it benefit me more to have Trevino back there or Wells? Does it benefit me more to have Rizzo in the lineup because he's buddies with people? Or does it benefit me more to see if Ben Rice can handle this or not? Does it benefit me more to have DJ out there? Or does it benefit me more to just continue playing Jazz at third base, making sure that he's in the lineup every day? And if somebody else, if you want to pinch it for him later, okay, fine. But what I was going to say before is, would it shock any of you guys if at some point throughout the playoffs, all three of those dudes were in the lineup?
Oh my God, bro.
It wouldn't shock
and then
me.
honestly, you know what that is again?
Bad as it is.
It's the waving of the white flag. We're done. We're okay. We'll hand it over to you guys. And one more thing real quick. I just wanted to double check this because I do feel like I said, I do feel like Ben Rice is close. Well, his last 7 games, 238, 357, 476. So there is starting to be a little more, I'm hitting the ball with a little more authority. I think over the next week, you're going to see Ben Rice be the guy that we saw when he first came up and was tearing the cover off the ball. I think he's going to get hot.
And again, we saw the same trajectory that Austin Wells went through. We're seeing with Ben Rice. Is he striking out a lot? That's fine, but he doesn't look. It's not that he's overmatched or
exactly.
He's always bad. It's rare that you see him go down 1-2-3. It's rare. It's always a 2-2 count, a 3-2, 2-2. Those are guys that you want in the postseason because those wear down the pitchers. That's what you expect. You want guys to make pitches or force guys to make pitches. I'm sorry. And Ben Rice are the guys who hit the relievers, the guys that you bring out throwing 98, 99, 97. Those young guys are used to seeing that. I'm sorry. Rizzo and DJ LeMahieu, you are not going to hit that. They're not.
Agreed.
And by you having, I'm telling you this, but if you have DJ LeMahieu, Anthony Rizzo, Trevino, and Giancarlo Stanton in the same lineup, I'm telling you guys, those are the four slowest players on the team and four the slowest 20 in the league. What are you doing? And how can you expect when Soto and Judge are average runners? How do you expect to win a game like that when a guy can't even go to third on a single or something? You can't. This is the playoffs. It's all win or nothing, man. So it's, I get that he's taking his reps and all that stuff. If you want to give him a few ABs, I mean, it is what it is. But you can't have both of those guys. The Yankees are going to have to choose one.
One more thing, too, on Ben Rice. Again, the last 7 games, 5 walks, 5 strikeouts. So
he's even there.
He's getting close. He's close. He's getting there.
But I think the point that Kev is making, too, about the athleticism can't be understated.
No.
In October, I'm sorry. Look, I get it. Friendship, relationships, whatever the fuck. The athleticism cannot be sacrificed.
No.
Not when you're playing in a league with the Baltimore Orioles. Not when you're playing against teams who are going to be athletic come October. We can't be out there with 4 of the slowest. We can't be out there with 4 bottom 20 guys in terms of running the bit. We just can't. We can't.
So can I
every inch that we can get.
Can I add one more thing then to the last topic that I definitely want to discuss? Then come the first playoff game of the year, does Jasson Dominguez have to be in the Yankees outfield? It's a perfect segue. We're talking about speed. We're talking about being athletic. Jasson, in my opinion, I think I might have said this in the Nights at the Roundtable early. For the Yankees to win a World Series this year, I believe Jasson Dominguez has to be playing every day. I believe that to this day. He's a big lights player. He's a put the spotlight on me and let's go play ball type guy. Jasson Dominguez needs to be in the Yankees outfield every day in the postseason. If not, this team's putting themselves at a major disadvantage.
I can't say I disagree. I know that there's the Verdugo question. I said it, I don't remember. I feel like I said it and we were together somehow, like more than just me and you. I feel like it was a bunch of us talking about this. It might have been a roundtable.
On the stream. Or the 24-hour stream.
Maybe it was the stream. But I feel like, I think the answer to that question is Verdugo at that point to me becomes a platoon guy with Stanton at the DH spot. I need to have Dominguez out there. Now, later in the game, you're doing, I don't know if you're doing like defensive replacement, stuff like that or whatever. Then obviously if you have Verdugo in at DH, there's always can we still do double switches? Because I know they did change the rule.
The DH is weird. I don't know. I think
they changed the rule.
I think you still can.
I feel like you still can. It's like if you have Verdugo in there at DH and you have somebody coming, whatever, I feel like you can make the change. But I'm inclined to agree with you. I think the best version of this team has Jasson Dominguez in the lineup. I don't think it's in the lineup as a DH. I think he's in the outfield. I don't think you sit Judge from that outfield. I don't think Soto's gonna sit from that outfield. So that just means Verdugo's the odd man out. And I mean,
let me tell you something real quick.
Next guy, I don't know.
If Baltimore was running the Yankees, Jasson Dominguez would be up. And that's just fact. That's just fact. Yeah. There's no reason. Look, we were all fans of Verdugo here. We all like Verdugo a lot. Yeah. The fact of the matter is Verdugo is almost like a Glaber in that sense. This is it for him. He's not coming back. We know that at this point. Jasson Dominguez is the future. How do you not have the future up here with the talent level that he has? He's not a prospect that's overrated, by the way. He's the real deal. We all know this already. Yeah. How is the real deal like him not getting reps at this level and playing every day in the postseason? You'll be shocked. He could be a guy in the postseason that becomes a secret weapon, and you look at it and go,
yes, Evan Carter.
We won the chip because of this
Evan
guy.
Carter. Yeah. Remember Evan Carter?
Bingo. We're winning the chip because of this guy.
That was my next point with Bochy was one of the guys who said, all right, let me get Evan Carter up here as well. Because listen, is he doing great this year? No, but do I think, look at it this way, guys. You mean to tell me that Jasson Dominguez is not going to put up a 236 batting average with a 296 on base percentage? Easy. That is what Verdugo's giving you right now. He has an 87 OPS plus. So as much as, and I love Verdugo as well. I'm sorry right now. I got to agree with Pete. You have to have, and he's a switch hitter. I mean, he's another guy you're putting in there with speed. Yep. When you're talking about that lineup by switching out Verdugo and having the normal lineup that we see now, you're talking about the slowest player on the team is Giancarlo, which is clear. But then after that, because it's obvious that you're not going to play a DJ LeMahieu at third. It's either Oswaldo Cabrera or John Birdie. Those are your two platoons. DJ LeMahieu, again, if you're going to have him in there, he's going to be like a replacement for defense. That's it. I'm sorry. That man should not take that bat. That's it. You're
Can't.
done.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. So it's like either you're trying to win or not. It's not babysitting anymore. Like I really don't. It's asinine that we're having this discussion, but it's because it's the New York Yankees that we're having this discussion.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, we always get the rap about yelling and all that stuff, but it's so frustrating to see these same fucking guys that were here last year. They didn't do dick, and now you're gonna put them in there after this. The team that's playing right now, Ben Rice, has still struggling, still has a 700 OPS. Like, again, half of the guys in your lineup were 650 for the longest, and this guy is out here and he has a 7. It's so hard for me to see.
Ben Rice is gonna go. He's gonna go off. Watch. I want to
see
him
him
go off before Rizzo's back.
I want to see him on the playoff roster. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'd rather not see DJ or Rizzo. I want Ben Rice.
Look at the guys we're talking about here. None of them have a future here.
No,
we're literally
that's what it is.
And this is why the Yankees do piss us off, because we're looking at now, but we're also sitting there going, all right, I mean, it does make sense going forward, right? For none of those guys, it makes sense. We know who the future is.
We don't
Unless these guys get traded, we know who's part of the future. And none of these guys that we've mentioned are part of the future. They're just not.
We know that they're not trading Dominguez, though. That's the thing. So it's like, it's again, but the problem with the Yankees is a misdirected loyalty. They've always misdirected their loyalty. Instead of putting the loyalty to the guys who are going to be here and the guys that you need to be given those reps, you have loyalty to guys like Trevino because he's a stand-up guy and he won an award for his philanthropy. You have loyalty to a guy like DJ. I mean, Brian Cashman, as recently as this season, had the nerve to speak about DJ. We retained a former batting champion, whatever. If you don't shut the fuck. Bro, what? He's not a batting champion anymore. Like, who do you think
he has for a team that didn't trade Clint Frazier because he had the fastest bat speed in minors.
Legendary bat speed.
Legendary. You're talking about a batting champion with the guy with the slowest bat speed in baseball. That's what you're arguing. That's what you're telling me to my face, and this is why we get upset, because we're not going to take this bullshit anymore. I'm sorry. We're not. Go ahead.
Sidebar. Can you guys believe Giancarlo still has the fastest bat in all of baseball?
That's insane.
It's crazy. It's freaking crazy. With all these,
and I don't mind them
kids.
There. I don't mind them there. It's frustrating, but I don't mind them.
Giancarlo's the one name out of all like the old guard and the loyalty stuff that I don't mind. I said keep Giancarlo there. I said platoon him and Doogie. Like, depending on who the pitching matchup is, you look at the numbers. Doogie hasn't been around the league as long as Giancarlo has, but they both have representative numbers going into the playoffs. A lot of them will have a rapport against the pitchers that we're facing. You can look at the matchups and say, you know what, today this might be a guy Giancarlo's going to struggle with. Let's go with a lefty DH. We're going to have Doogie at DH to start the game. Well, John, you'll be in there off the bench. Don't worry about it. We'll pinch hit you later in the game when a reliever comes in, whatever. And we're going to go Dominguez, Soto, Judge, whatever. And if it's like, you know what? This guy's probably going to be real tough on you, Doogie. Let's stick with Stanton and we're going to go with him. Doogie, you're available off the bench. Either one of them as a pinch hitter. I love that. That.
And you're in October, you shouldn't be pouting and you shouldn't be upset. I get you're like, fuck, I lost my job to a prospect. Well, that's baseball, and that's how baseball was way before now. Yeah. You always lost your job to the guy next to you if you weren't performing. I'm sorry. So you want me to go ahead and give you a great example? The Yankees harped on so much on bringing Carpenter back, and Carpenter had one of the most legendary starts that Rizzo and DJ LeMahieu combined did not put up those numbers. And how did he look in the playoffs? He looked foolish in the playoffs.
Salt water.
Yeah.
So that is exactly what you're going to repeat with Rizzo. And I am sorry. You mean to tell me you keeping Ben Rice in this lineup and having Jasson Dominguez, you're going to tell me that you're going to be upset that if Verdugo is your pinch hitter? You're going to tell me you're going to be upset at that?
No, hell no. Verdugo off the bench in the postseason is great. It's phenomenal.
That's what I was trying to say. If you start a game and for whatever reason you went with G at the DH, and then in the 7th inning they bring in some reliever and you're like, you know what, we're gonna bring Doogie in here to lead off or whatever. That's great. Yep. I love that. I don't, or vice versa. Like if it's like, okay, we had Doogie at DH today, we're gonna bring G in off the bench, try to see, if he can get, let's catch lightning in a bottle. Maybe he hits a double or hits a home run here. Who the fuck knows? That's the kind of pinch hitting you want coming off the bench. Somebody with pop, somebody whatever. And if he strikes out, he strikes out. Hey, guess what? At least he didn't do it 5 times because he was on the bench today. But you can't not have Dominguez in that lineup come October. You just
gotta be there.
You can't do it.
He's got to be there, bro.
The bottom line is the point that Kev made. The athleticism alone,
Yes.
I think it's case closed.
And don't give me Greg Allen. Jahmai Jones is not on this team anymore. You know who the fastest guy on the Yankees is?
Jahmai Jones.
You know who the fastest guy in the Yankees is right now?
Volpe.
Birdie. By this much.
Yeah.
By this much. So Birdie is
Yeah.
the guy that's playing third every day, or the guy that if you somehow you put Cabrera in or DJ still on this freaking team, you have DJ playing third. Birdie's the guy that you bring in the ninth to steal a bag if you need to. So don't give me this Greg Allen guy just to sit here on a roster spot to steal bags. You literally have a fucking full team of guys that can steal bases during the whole entire game. When you keep in Ben Rice, Jasson Dominguez, Jazz Chisholm, Anthony Volpe, that's an insane fucking lineup, bro.
Yep, it's a great lineup. It's extreme. One thing that we also didn't talk about on it, it's even more balanced. It becomes even more balanced.
Yeah, forget about it. It's not even.
It's just absolutely crazy. And
Yeah.
guys, you got about 250 in here. Hit that like button.
Smack
If
that
you
like
have not, smacky that like. Hitty that sub. You already know the deal.
Yes, sir. And listen, man, it's getting a little. I don't know if you guys have anything else to cover, but I just wanted to bring that up because I feel like we're getting closer and closer and itching, and some guys are coming back. And the only guy that I'm excited to see back really is John Birdie, because I want to see what. I really want to see what this dude is about. And listen, that guy's old too, but he still runs. And if
He can move. He's athletic. Yeah.
Yeah, if some of these guys, if DJ still had a decent sprint speed, he's not jogging at first, saying that he's like. Boone sitting there making excuses for him, saying he was trying to get going, but he shouldn't get going. What the fuck are we doing, man? Come on, bro. I'm sorry. I'm dumb.
You know what this shit is. Birdie's still with us next season too, right?
Yeah.
Because I saw a projected infield, and it had Birdie at third base. So it had Birdie, Volpe, Chisholm at second, Rice at first, Wells catching, and the outfield was Dominguez, Soto, Judge. And I said, shit.
It's a different team, bro. It's a different team.
It's not to whatever. Like I'm not washing 2024 by any means, but I'm just saying this is the point that I'm trying to make. The loyalty needs to be to those guys who you see penciled in opening day 2025 too.
That every team is doing, by the way.
Exactly.
Every team is doing this besides the Yankees.
It's a fact.
The Yankees are the only team. I'm telling you right now, we know this. They're the only dudes out there that will be going, you know what? I watch that DJ every day. He got a lot left. He got a lot left in him. I'm telling you right now.
Listen.
You'll see. And it's like, and I respect DJ. Nobody here dislikes DJ LeMahieu. The fact of the matter is he's 35 and he's slowing down.
It's not.
I do respect it because it did look like he dropped his hands down a little bit to get a little more lift or maybe a better bat plane to the ball.
Quicker to the ball, yeah.
Quicker to the ball too. So I don't know if that's helped him a bit. He has hit better here as of late. But is he ever going to be the guy that he was? No, it doesn't happen that way. Guys don't go from 35 and start playing out there with 31 again. It doesn't happen. And DJ's DJ. It's time to put him where he is and go, hey, look, man, you're on the bench, may not make the roster. That is what it is, man.
It's an important point to make too, because I know some fans see it like, oh, Rizzo's he trying to come back, or why is DJ even still here? He knows he should. Guys, these guys are ball players. Like,
yeah,
look, we see one thing as fans or whatever, but you got to understand the mentality, the mind of a ball player. This guy's never. Like at this point in his career, DJ, Rizzo, none of these guys, Trevino, they're not looking in the mirror saying, yeah, this other guy's better than me. No, they have to convince themselves that they're the best man for the job and they're the best option. So, of course, they probably truly in their heart of hearts believe that. But that's why you have a front office to go and say, yeah, buddy, I'm sorry, you're wrong. Like this guy's much better. We're going with him. It is what it is. Of course, they're going to still think they have it. Most players at the end of their careers, they don't realize they're normally the last one in the room to realize that they lost it. And that's the sad part of the game that doesn't get spoken about, that because nobody really wants to talk about it, because it brings tears to some people's eyes when you think about it. A guy who was once a batting champion like DJ LeMahieu won it in both leagues, literally losing it to the point where he can't hit. He's not like, yeah, he's going to be the last one to really realize it and be able to admit it and have those words come out of his mouth. But we shouldn't be putting him in the lineup every day because he thinks he's that guy. No, like you're there, you're a manager, you're a general manager. Your job is to put the best player out there for the job. He's no longer that. Just is what it is.
Shitty skunk mullet recognized it and walked away.
Yo, no.
I mean, he kind of did. He went to Milwaukee and he bounced. He was like, I'm done.
Now we gave fucking Josh Donaldson.
Just saying, he kind of did.
No, yo, respect. That's the thing about Josh Donaldson, though. Yeah, he's an asshole, whatever the fuck. But you know what? We gave that dude a lot of shit. He was pretty fucking honest with himself at the end there.
He's like, I'm done. I can't play.
It's
no
over.
more.
Like, he's like, okay, yeah, I fucking suck.
Hey, look, he could still hit a homer. So he could have very well caught on a team, maybe even as a DH, part-time third base back. At least I can still, get another contract, hit a few bombs every now and then, and bat low, maybe. But he bounced.
Yeah, good for him.
And that's my thing. We're not sitting here. We want these guys to do bad or anything like that. That's not the
no,
point.
never.
I like
Never.
DJ LeMahieu. DJ LeMahieu has one of the better home runs in the late, like that 2019 home run. It's forgotten because we lost the series.
Man. Oh,
That was
my
big.
God. That's
That was a huge moment.
Man, I just got goosebumps remembering it.
Yeah, it was a great home run.
right over the wall of the right field. Man, what in that bat? What a long AB, too.
He hit it off
Exactly.
Osuna, right? Roberto Osuna.
Just an
That was
amazing
fucking
AB.
yeah. That was huge. That was classic DJ LeMahieu.
Yep.
That's at the time we used to say, death, taxes, and DJ LeMahieu being like hitting in with runners in scoring position.
Yeah, getting
clutch
hits
moments.
and shit.
Bro.
And the fist pump in the air around the base after he
Oh,
did it.
man.
I mean, you never see him really show emotion.
And then
it was
Chapman.
fire. That was fire. He had a solid tenure with the Yanks, to be fair. He really did.
Yeah, I'm not mad at DJ LeMahieu contract. We all wanted him back. I think the Yankees should have ponied up a little more and gave him more AAV and cut off the years a little, but it is what it is. It happened. And we're not gonna hit all the free agent signings. What the fuck are we?
Yeah.
Yeah, nobody goes
happens.
100 for 100 with free agents. Come on.
Facts. It happens.
Anyway.
They said
But yeah.
Pete, this is Josh Donaldson home runs in the chat.
Hey, yo, let me tell you something. Still one of my favorite ones is me and Bad Dog calling that game. And Bad Dog goes the pitch. This one's popped up. And then I go, oh, shit. That was the one. I forgot where it was. But he hit it was like a 458-foot bomb.
Yeesh.
It was a bomb. And yeah, man, that was Bad Dog came up with the shitty skunk mullet, by the way, as the nickname. I ran with it. But yeah, I mean, I obviously don't miss him, but he did walk. To his credit, he did walk away when he knew he was done. So that's good.
Those were the days.
Yep. And he goes at people shitting on Yankee fans on Twitter. So
He does.
Facts. I
He
like
does.
that.
Got to give him
I
credit
like
on that one.
See,
He's still sticking up for the Yankees.
When you're retired, you can exercise the Twitter fingers all you want. But when you're still in the rotation, put the fucking phone down. You hear me, Marcus? Put the phone down. Nestor,
both of them.
put the phone down. The Twitter twins got to go. Well, I'm sorry. Not the way y'all pitching. It's so many other people could pick up the phone if they want to. If Garrett Cole want to send a tweet, I ain't saying shit. He won a Cy Young last year. But you two, y'all need to put the phones down. I'm sorry. I'm not.
Or pull a KD and have a burner.
Por amor a Dios. Like, why does it have to be from your like that Nestor shit is never dying?
No.
It'll never go away.
Never
bro.
dying.
He might be
so bad.
the saddest thing for him. He might be remembered by that tweet.
They're gonna
Oh
use
my
that
God.
tweet when he's on another team. He's gonna sign with
Faces
another
the
team.
Yankees. The Yankees
At
beat him
some
up,
point,
and that tweet's gonna
and
be
they're
all
gonna
over
put
the
that
place.
tweet up, bro.
Can't do it, man. Can't do it when you're a ball player, man. It's especially when you're active and you're playing, because a lot of that stuff's gonna come back and bite you in the ass. That's what I'm saying about Stroman
especially if you're
you talk that shit about they got no guys that can pitch in October. You may not even pitch in October, brother. I'm just saying, you don't turn it around now. You might have been on the team all year, may not even show up in October.
Nah, man. Listen, Stroman. You bet. Yeah, listen, man. I went to bat for you, Stro. You better not do. Don't make a
lot
fuck
of us
out
did.
me. Don't make a fuck out of me, Marcus. You better figure it out here, man.
I hope he does. We all
He
hope
pitches on
does.
Sunday, right?
Sunday, yes.
Don't fuck with me, Al. Don't make a fuck out of me.
Oh, man.
But listen, I got one more for you guys.
We know we got to be better. Okay.
I'm good.
I love that.
¿Qué
shit
se
so
pasa?
much. I'm so happy we already got that posted on Twitter, guys. So that is on Twitter. That is posted all over the place. That's an amazing drop. You got two. By the way, Kev is really freaking good with the soundboard, because my guy got 3 of like the most classic drops of all time.
Yeah.
That one, the value from the Rosa and the I Mario one. Those are all great. Those
Yep.
are all legendary.
Yep.
Sir, man. Oh man, chat. What we got in here? 224. Yesterday smacked that like. Are we at 300 yet? 5,000 likes.
5,000.
So
$5.
I will say it does kind of suck that the
Shit.
doubleheader tomorrow we get both Rodon and Cole because it was like it would have been nice. I think those are two guys that could give the Yankees length, and they're pitching the same fucking day. So
I also want to shout out too. There's a guy who calls in. He's probably, I think he's watching right now. He just sent us a very, very nice message on Twitter. Big Orioles fan. He calls himself the Orioles legend. You probably heard his voicemails a couple of times, but he's a very fair fan too. He likes to go to back and forth, and it's going to be a rivalry for years. But he just put a very nice message about NYY Underground that we tell it like it is, and he appreciates it because he's not turning on something that's just going to bullshit. He's going to tell the truth. We'll tell the truth about the Yankees, and we'll tell the truth about the Orioles. And me and him laugh. And I got another friend of mine, Jai, who's an Orioles fan, and he told me recently, he goes, look, you guys hate Boone. We can't stand Brandon Hyde. Baltimore hates Brandon Hyde.
Mm-hmm.
So they're kind of going through it like the Yankees are right now, and a lot of the same things. And it may very well come down to that series in September. Yeah. To see who takes the East. And don't count out the Red Sox. Don't count out Boston.
I said that. This is why. Look at Pete. Great segue. September 14th, that's that weekend with the Yankees and the Boston Red Sox. That's going to be a meaningful series. I'm telling you guys now, get your tickets. You guys go look at any other website and go see the pricing for the tickets in the 300s, 200s. Yep. It's north of what we're selling the tickets. Plus, you get the shirt and you get to sit in the whole section. 107, is it 107, 108, Pete?
107, 108. And again, just so everybody's aware, Tommy promised me he's ordering all the shirts for the extra 100 that we have left. He said everybody will get their shirt. So I told him, he said, hey, look, do you want to order the 100? Are you guys sure? I said, Tommy, yes, order them. He goes, okay, we're going to go ahead and order the 100 so everybody will have their shirt when they go. There's 99 left now, might be like 96, 97. Guys, don't miss this. I'm telling you. It's not about the Yankees, even though, like Kev said, he's right. This could be very important. It is truly about NYYU and this community that we're building. I want all of you there. I want all you guys to sign my tee because I'm going to frame it. It's going to be an amazing day of this community getting together, having a great time together, and just celebrating the thing we love, which is the New York Yankees. Whether we're upset with them, happy with them, it doesn't really matter. It's about this community. So make sure. Get those tickets, guys. Show up. Tell your friends and family. Somebody even said, they said, hey, I watch all the time. I'm a Red Sox fan. Can I come? I said, of course you could come. Yeah. Why not? Yeah, we don't care. Kids can come. It doesn't matter. Get your tickets. Let's have a great time.
Bro, it's about fandom, man. I said it. I forgot the last time we were doing this. It might have been on the stream. Listen, if you're a fan, this is a celebration of you, a celebration of your fandom to this team. It doesn't matter. Sometimes the team doesn't really give us back what we put in as fans. And this is one of the reasons why we at NYYU do these things. This is for you guys, the fan. It's for this community. We celebrate you. It's not for you. We don't want people to come out and celebrate us. No, bro. We want to hang out with y'all. So buy the tickets, come out there, have a good time, because this is a day where you're going to be celebrated, man. It's going to be about us. It's going to be about us in those two sections, turning up, chanting, having our voice heard in Yankee Stadium. It's going to be a moment. Trust me. Some of you won't get tickets, and you'll look back and you'll watch the game and you'll see us on TV that day. And you're going to be like, damn, I should have been there, man. Because that shit, I'm telling you, it's going to be a freaking movie. You're going to see it. Facts. You won't be able to miss us. We're going to be right behind Soto, all of us in white shirts. So you won't be able to miss us. Yep. Trust me, you're going to want to be there.
And 78 subs away from 32,000 too, guys. Hit that subby.
And I can't wait till the He's drown out the whistle when they pick. I'm telling you, it's gonna be an insane moment. Soto's definitely gonna acknowledge when we start chanting, because it's gonna be an army of 150, 300 people, 200 plus. So it's just gonna be a fun night. It's a Saturday night. Oh my God, it's a Saturday night at Yankee Stadium in the Bronx. I mean, our events are always eventful. Okay, so okay. I'm gonna add Christian's MK to that.
Yeah, you gotta add that. That would be legendary.
Okay.
That would be legendary.
Oh man, but yeah, man, this is gonna be insane. Don't miss it. Please come through. Don't be shy. I'm telling you, everybody in this chat, a lot of people have met us, and they can tell you, walk up right up. I'm this person from the chat, and say what's up, man. It's all good. And then listen, if you don't like my takes, like the guy that was talking there, it's fine, bro. Come say hi. If not, come tell me you don't like my takes to my face. If not, it's all right. We'll talk we'll debate in person. It's all right. It's cool, man. Now you're not gonna agree with anybody. This is why this show has a multitude of people, right?
Facts. That's right. That's right. Difference of opinion. We got, look, I tell people all the time, they don't see our chat. You know, we disagree a lot.
Oh my
So,
all
God.
the time.
There's always disagreements. So,
Yeah.
I mean, you know, it is what it is. It's a part of life. But look, that's part of what this community is. And we can't wait to see everybody out there September 14th. I think it's a 1:00 game. Again, Yankees, Red Sox, Yankees. Great seating, guys. It's floor level. I get a lot of people confused and go, is that the one above? No. It
Floor.
is floor level. It's floor
Floor.
level seats. Floor. She was
Right
on
there.
the floor. The floor level seats is what it is.
Hey, you can
That's
catch. You can
what it
catch.
is. You got to get it.
You buy tickets, you might catch a Porsche job. You know what I mean? I'm just saying.
You might. You just
might.
might.
You
Be from
might.
Soto. Might be from
Hey.
one Juan Soto. I'm
Yep.
just saying.
Listen,
Can you imagine he homers and we sing No Te Vaya the whole
Holmes?
time?
Got a little homeless.
Homers?
No te vaya. And think about it. Jason is gonna be. I think Jason's gonna be up here no matter
Has to.
what as the
Has to be
extra
up by then.
roster spot. So Jason playing there with Soto. It's just gonna be an amazing
facts.
a weekend. And just I don't think anybody should miss it, especially if you're a Yankee fan. If you're just joining here as well. It's just nice to be around a community vibe. Everybody knowing each other. And like I said, just we'll be there early. Come up, say hi. And I'm gonna tell you this.
I'll tell you this.
I bet you that boy Jasson Dominguez drives a Lincoln.
I was just gonna say.
Lincoln.
Medina said that right there. I was like, you gotta say it now.
Lincoln.
Oh, man.
the Lincoln, baby.
Legendary.
Get here, old Sarge.
Legendary. This was fun, by the way. I really like this. This
It
was
is. We
fun.
got to come up with a.
It's a good
A show.
dynamic, man. I like it.
But you don't add enough value to our roster to present like that.
You know what's bad though?
I was just gonna say something very inappropriate, but I'm not.
No, I love that drop. And the only thing that
love
bothers
that
me
drop.
that it had to be about Grisham. I wish it was about somebody else. I'm not gonna say who. I'm not gonna dunk on the dude. But
Oh, God.
man, that drop is good. It's
But
good.
you can use that drop on anybody.
Anybody.
Because it's perfect. It's so perfect.
Is
Yeah,
that
it
every
is.
time I hear it, I think about Gleyber Torres. I'm sorry. That's the guy I think about every time I hear it. Because that was Grisham's like one bad play in the outfield, and he
Yeah.
got fried by
Yeah.
DeRosa.
Well, by then he was hitting like 180. I think that's what DeRosa saw.
Oh, nah.
So,
But it just felt bad because that game was a terrible fucking game.
Yes, it
Hot.
was.
They were losing, and then he fucking, hot dogs. It's not good, but shit, man. Grisham's been a great outfielder
been awesome.
98% of the time. So it sucks the
Yep.
one time, man, he got fried, and there's a legendary drop tied to it now.
Yep.
And from now till the end of time, because that's the thing. Grisham could go anywhere, but that drop gonna live forever.
even though I'm using it for DJ, just want to be clear.
Okay. All right.
There you go.
I use-
Okay.
I use it for DJ. Christian could use it for Nestor. You could use it for Glaber. I mean, I don't know who.
Boone. I'll use it for Boone.
There you go.
With Boone, it'll never get old.
That's
Oh
what I'm
my
saying. I
God.
use it almost every post game.
Oh,
Simple
man.
enough.
You don't add enough value to talk to the fans like that.
Oh man, listen, bro. I
Oh man.
You said Nestor threw the ball okay yesterday, Kev. Don't worry about it. I mean, what are you gonna do?
Ridiculous.
He threw the ball
Ridiculous.
okay.
threw
We
the
don't know
ball.
what we're looking at.
Okay.
Apparently, we're the ones
No.
we're wrong. We don't know what we're looking at. He threw the ball good.
But then, I was talking about this in his space in Twitter, and this is my issue, right? Like he's the times he's lashed out. It's been on Glaber. Last year he did it to Glaber on making a play. He said a play had to be made. It was Glaber Torres. This year he sat Glaber. Glaber's not here this year. He said Will Warren didn't look good, if I'm not mistaken. He actually something along the lines. Didn't he say something? Pete, did you watch that post game or no? What
I
they talked about with Warren?
No.
So he talked
After the
about
Angels
something
one,
about
Kevin's
yeah.
right.
Well, but you won't say that about Nestor. You won't say that about guys that are going to be here next year.
He did
Why?
the same shit with
Why?
Peraza. He roasted Peraza in spring
Correct.
training. I mean,
Why-
he ripped that kid up.
Why are you roasting that? You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Because you don't want to face them. That's how I got to see it.
That's
You
what
know
it
they're
is.
going to
I
be there in the
agree.
clubhouse.
I agree 100% because I remember when I tweeted about that, everybody was like, "Oh, but you want him to be tough." Yeah, across the board.
Yes.
Do it with Donaldson. Do it with Hicks. Do it with those guys who are doing it and affecting this team in big games.
Yeah.
Not with a kid who's playing in spring training.
No, but that's the thing. He doesn't do it. It's like
Freak
Kev
outta
said.
here,
He doesn't do
bro.
it to the guys he has to face day in, day out. He's going to do it to the guys who aren't going to be here next year or not going to be here all season. That's what he's going to do it to. Because at the end of the day, that's who Boone is. He's not.
Yeah.
We know what we're dealing with. This guy's a freaking cupcake and a manager hat. Come on, that's what,
Hey, gabagool, give me gabagool. Gabagool.
I thought you pulled it up. I was gonna say.
oh man.
Anyway,
So I was thinking that. Anyway.
Anywho,
So the best way to get something done, if you hold near and dear to you that you like to be able to, anyway.
that shit never gets old either, bro.
Bro, that's like my mind when it starts to think about something. I'm like, yeah, not today. And it just goes away. It goes, anyway. Let's move on to the next thing. That's not happening.
I don't know
Forget
what I was
about
talking
it.
about there.
Oh, man. I love that. I love that. All right, let's wrap this baby up.
all right, Gabagool. We went a little extra for you guys because you guys are special. There's no game tonight, so we went a little extra there. So thank you, everybody in the chat. Smack that like if you haven't. Thank you for tuning into the Bronx or Nothing with Pete and Francis, my guys. Thank you for showing up. Mario, enjoy your pina colada, my guy. And let's take out with it. Hold on.
Hi, Mario.
Yeah. Peace, guys.
Top 10 radar, yeah, we on your radar. Never miss, dog, and that's on occasion. Yeah, we on your radar. Yeah. Hey, look, top floor lifestyle, chef and boy, I'm cooking up. Play too high, ain't coming down. You see me if you looking up. I don't really talk too much, I show them run the numbers up. Lucky that I'm showing up, I'm going off, they know what's up. Wrist too silly, yeah. Numbers crack the Billy. Yeah, don't need no dilly. I'm too fresh, I feel like really, yeah. Feel the duffels up the sign, I need a million. I'm about to take off, and I know that I'm on their radar. Top 10